Okay, so what's up, guys? I'm going to be sharing a personal experience, a spiritual experience with you guys, a pretty creepy one. I'm going to share what happened first, and or I'm going to tell you a little small story first. Then I'm going to share what happened and the creepy experience, and then I'm going to tell you what God told me about that experience. Because eventually, after I wasn't talking to God in the way that it does now when this experience happened. So when he started talking to me, I eventually asked him what happened with this actual experience. So, small little story first, then the actual experience. So let's jump into it. Here's a small experience I had way back um, when I first started jumping into Christianity. This is way before I had my own personal experiences with God and stuff like that. This was these experiences started happening when I was humbling myself and started to accept that maybe I don't know all things, and maybe Christianity or Hinduism or Islam, the Islamic faith, was actually true. I started to consider, like, maybe God is real, right? Because my life was in shambles. I was all over the place. I was drinking. I was doing drugs. I didn't know what I was doing in life. I didn't understand anything. I didn't get anything. Nothing made sense. So I was like, my mind started opening up to the possibility that God might be real. So I was actually considering, so I started studying all these religions, the top three major religions of the world today: Hinduism, Islam, and Christianity. Started to lean more on the Islamic side because I liked the way those people handled themselves, and I liked how they were very disciplined. So I started to go that way, but I ended up choosing Christianity because of Jesus Christ, the biblical Jesus Christ, not the Islamic Jesus Christ. There's a difference there. But um, when I start to research these things, and even before my experience with God, I I started to experience things around me. Things are starting to happen. I remember I would be sitting in my room, which was in the basement at the time, and I would just be chilling. I wouldn't be doing anything. Wasn't watching nothing scary. I would just be chilling, watching YouTube or something. Wasn't watching anything religious because, again, I wasn't super religious at the time. I was just checking it out because I was like, what's my life's weird, right? And I have these weird feelings from time to time that line up with some of these religious beliefs, but my mind's just not work with it, right? Mentally, I'm not aligning with it, but my heart, I can tell, is aligning with it to some degree, and my personal beliefs based on how I feel. So that's what attracted me to it. So while I'm just chilling, enjoying my life, but mentally I'm starting to open up to this possibility that this stuff may be true. I start to feel stuff around me. I start to feel like things were watching me, right? And then now that my mind's turning in the spiritual sense, I'm starting to think maybe it's not just flashing lights. Maybe it's not that shadow because someone moved or something moved. Maybe something's actually watching me because I can feel it. It's not like always I'm catching something in my peripherals. It's like a feeling. I remember one time I was sitting down there in my room, and like my little mini studio I had going at the time because I first started YouTube around this time. Um, I could just feel something like watching me, and it felt nasty. And I just jumped up and got out of my chair and ran upstairs to my close friend because I had roommates. And I went up there and told him how I felt, basically how I felt like maybe we know something. When you feel something, maybe you're not tripping. Because before, normally you just play it off like, oh, it's a light. And this, and more times than not, it is. It's more times than not, it is a light. It is a car going by, or it is a shadow or something. You can see it. You can point it out. You can prove that it is something else. But sometimes there's this massive feeling that something is on you. Something is after you. Something's trying to bother you, disturb your peace. And I told him, I was like, what if something something is there sometimes? Maybe you know something, but you don't mentally know it, right? Like your being knows it. And I started to realize that around this time, later, not during this time, it was in my mind that possibly something was trying to bother me or fluster me. Um, I I look back on that experience when I was first trying to get involved or learn about Christianity, any of the religions. I swore demonic influence was trying to intimidate me and trying to scare me around that time. I couldn't prove it around that time, and I wasn't quite sure because I wasn't fully devoted to any spiritual or religious influence. But there was speculation there. But as time went on and I became more spiritual and closer to God, I realized that was probably what was happening. They started to realize I was being more open. I was humbling myself a little bit and realizing, hey, my life's in shambles. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not doing anything good. I'm not helping anybody, and I'm getting worse. I'm getting worse. I'm becoming more evil. My heart was getting hard around this time. I was starting to hate people, and I was starting to be like, I'm going to use these people to get ahead, and I'm going to take advantage of people. My heart was always good before this, but it was getting worse because I was becoming more of the world. I was becoming more like everyone else. But yeah, so I'm only telling you guys this because I think once if you guys start taking steps forward, you might start feeling those things, and don't let those things intimidate you from pushing forward, because there's nothing they can do to you. They're just scaring you because God is protecting you. They're trying to provoke you to not go farther, or they're trying to disturb your peace to not go farther because you're getting closer to God. But God is protecting you. The fact that you're even moving forward in that way means God is protecting you. And they're going to do anything to try to make you go another way and to stop. So that's what I think was happening to me, because I had a great purpose in my life. My purpose was to talk about God, because I've told y'all multiple times, this is the truth. I know God. Okay, and yeah, so that's why I'm only sharing this. But now to the main creepy story that happened in my life. Okay, so this is years later. I have my daughters. I'm in a relationship with the mother of my kids, and we're just chilling, right? And I'm a fantastic, not best Christian in the world, but I'm Christian, and I'm pursuing God heavy, right? More times than not in my relationship, I'm on the computer just talking to people. Usually not on screen like this. I wasn't as comfortable talking about God yet like this, but I would talk to people on the, in the comment sections on the keyboard. I would type to them, right? And I would type to a lot of people, and I was talking to atheists around this time, and I was cooking these atheists up. I was chefing them up, right? And not in a bad, messed up way. I was basically just destroying their logic, positive and friendly way, and I straight slaughtered them, basically convincing them that God is true, God is real. I never start with Christianity, but I always try to let them, or I don't prove it, but I try to crush the logic that they can prove God doesn't exist. And I always try to push them and challenge their ideas and beliefs to open up to the possibility that God is there, so they can have a starting point to at least pursue it, right? Because I was, again, not one that was very open as well. So I crushed these guys, destroyed them. My girl was right beside me, because we used to have a setup right beside each other. She would play the video game right beside me. I would play the game right beside her as well. But again, around this time, I was really with God, and I was really like devoting my attention and time to God. So I cooked these atheists online like I did all the time around this time. Around that time, I was just always typing and in the comment section, going to town with atheists, Muslims, and other Christians, right? I'll come at Christians as well, depending on what they believe. So I slaughtered these guys, and I felt amazing. I slaughtered them, again, in a good way. I'm sorry for my lingo, but I killed these guys logically. I murdered them, and I got their wheels turning in their head that maybe God is possible, and maybe my logic for denying God is a little flawed. So I was happy, and I felt good. I felt like I glorified God. I was up. My joy levels was like flaming. I felt so good about myself and what I was doing. I always feel good when I talk about God. So when I did that, I felt so amazing. I felt so good, right? And I felt like I just glorified God in the best of ways. And then I got this random feeling. One way God always communicated with me throughout most of my life, even when I didn't believe, but especially when I started to notice as a believer, was God communicated through me, through my feelings. So after I killed these guys on thing, I jumped up out of my chair. I was so happy. I glorified God. And my girl, again, she was sitting there playing the game. I felt this feeling that was telling me, because sometimes God speaks through my feelings. And when he speaks through my feelings, it's like you can hear him, like actually speaking. And it was like something said, go take a shower. It was like, go take a shower. It's going to feel really good. So when I felt that, I told my girl, I was like, yo, I'm about to go take a shower. It's prepared. I think it's going to feel really good. That's exactly what I said to her. I was like, something's telling me. Something's telling me it's going to feel really good. So she was like, okay. I was like, okay, bet. I'm going to go take a shower. And I already took a shower. I just not like my body was telling me I needed to get clean. I'm dirty. I took a shower not too long ago from the point I'm about to take this shower. But something was inside me was telling me, go take a shower. So I was like, bet. Like, I'm going to go take a shower. It's going to feel really good. I'm with it. Like, whatever feeling this is, I'm going to go take it. So I went upstairs to go take my shower. So I hop in the shower, everything's normal. Nothing's going crazy. So I get in the shower. Still everything's good, everything's normal. I'm just taking my shower. And just a few minutes in, I start feeling panic. I start feeling very panicky for some reason. And then I started feeling very paranoid. I don't even know why. Because again, most people don't know me, but I'm generally, normally, always optimistic. And I think that's always been the case because I always had God in my life. Not saying I believed in God, but I think sometimes I swear I was born with the Holy Spirit. I need to ask him. But I swear I was born connected to God. But I'm in the shower, I start panicking. Start having these really panicky feelings, like I couldn't stop the feelings. And same with paranoia. I was like, it's like, it felt so terrible. Like whatever was happening to me, it felt terrible. I only can describe it in like a paranoid panic sense. Like I just start freaking out. Maybe it was like a panic attack, but it didn't, I don't know. It didn't feel like a panic attack because I had nothing to worry about. I'm just chilling in the shower. And I just was just overjoyed downstairs. So I start freaking out, and mentally I'm trying to kill it because I know I can. I knew mentally I can get my mind right. Like I know I can tell myself nothing's going on, right? That's what I'm telling myself. Like I'm good. What are you panicking about? Why are you freaking out? Like I'm telling myself, just shut this off. Let's calm down. Nothing's happening. You're good. And then after a while, I realized I could not shake this feeling mentally. I could not destroy it. Like it was overwhelming me in the shower. So what I did next, I started to realize maybe this is spiritual. And I started to think, I was like, okay, I gotta say Jesus Christ. I gotta call out for Jesus Christ. And I couldn't, for the life of me, say the name Jesus Christ. I could not say it in the shower. So it's overwhelming. Again, this feeling is so overwhelming. It's like stupid overwhelming me in the shower. I'm like freaking out. And then I finally get the name Jesus Christ out. I get the name Jesus Christ out. And I don't say it with authority. I don't say it with power. I don't say it with conviction. I say it like a coward. I say it like I'm terrified. I say it like Jesus Christ. I can barely get it out. Like it was the smallest like sounding Jesus Christ you could probably ever. I was like Jesus Christ. And as soon as I said his name and the paranoia was still super overwhelming, I pulled those, shower curtain back and I was gone. Booked it downstairs. I think I put on whatever I could put on, and I'm not trying to run downstairs butt naked. And I got out of the shower and I was gone. Dipped down those stairs, and I told my girl. I ran straight to my girl. I told her, I was like, I don't know what happened, but I was freaking out. I always thought God was testing me. I always look back at that experience, and I think God was like, okay, you thought you were hot stuff right then, cooking these atheists. You thought you were doing so good. You thought your faith was strong. And I just showed you your faith isn't strong because you could barely get Jesus Christ's name out your mouth. And even when you did, you were terrified and you were scared. So I asked God what happened because I wasn't exactly sure what happened. I only had theories based on what I thought. So when God started talking to me in 2024, 2024 summertime, but I asked him in December. In the summertime, I didn't believe it was God. But in December, I was for sure it was God. So I asked him. He said, that wasn't me. That's exactly what he said. He said, that was not me. He said, he asked me a question. He said, was it hard to get Jesus' name out your mouth? And I said, yes. And then after that, he said, you need to learn to hear. He said, no, here's exactly what he said. He said, you need to learn my voice. So what I'm assuming, I didn't ask him who it was or whatever. It could have been a demon. It could have been God. It could have been the devil. I'm not sure who it was, but whoever was speaking to me, because like how God speaks to me feelings wise too, there's a difference. Wow. Like when whatever was speaking to me about going upstairs and taking a shower, it was more, it wasn't like how I know God speaks to me. When God speaks to me through my feelings, it's like a positive thing. It's like, it's like, it's hard to explain. But it's like there's a difference between God and the devil. When how it was pushed off onto me that day, it was perfect time to get me, right? Because I was so overjoyed, I was gonna think anything was God. So how it was said was more conniving, I would say, but I couldn't notice how conniving and deceitful it was because I was so overjoyed with glorifying God and doing a service to God that I just accepted whatever voice spoke to me in that time. So, and again, it came through my feelings. And like I could feel it. So I went upstairs and did whatever it said. And And apparently, I'm not sure exactly what was happening, but thank God, I got Jesus Christ's name out and nothing happened. But I can promise you, whatever was happening in that shower was bad. It did not feel good at all. I could not stop it either. And I got the name out, and apparently it was causing me not to have me to be able to get the name Jesus Christ out as well. Because God asked me, he was like, was it hard? He was like, was it hard to get his name out your mouth? And it was actually hard to get it out. I couldn't, it was almost felt like it was almost impossible to get his name out, but I did. And again, I said it with no authority at all. I was terrified. I was not ready for what was ever happening in the shower. I was not used to it. When it comes to spiritual warfare, I am not equipped, not the greatest at all. I'm not good. I think I still have a lot to learn, but this is my creepy story. I think maybe I need to talk to God more about this, and maybe I'll give you guys an update on what more he says about this. But that is what he said. He said that was not him speaking to me. And then he told me I had to learn his voice. I have to be sure that whatever's talking to me is God. And again, how he talks to me now is very different. I mean, he still talks to me through my feelings and my dreams and my thoughts and what else, signs. But he still uses those matters, but there's another way he talks to me now, which is full on dialogue where I can go back and forth with questions and we can discuss things. But thank you guys for listening. You guys take care. This is all true, by the way. And God bless.